The following matchup is presented and played with Hockey Blast Express, a product of Play Games LLC, copyright 2023, all rights reserved. And welcome back to the channel, everybody, as we get set for another edition of the 1976-77 Montreal Canadiens Gauntlet Challenge, as the Habs now welcome into the forum the 1995-96 Philadelphia Flyers. So as you guys can see, according to the adjustments, no change. As ever. So again, a refresher for those of you that are just tuning in for the first time. This game will be played entirely with Hockey Blast Express for the full 60 minutes. Nonstop action here. The team with the most amount of games won within the 60-minute time frame will win the day. And then, of course, if the game is still going on when the timer hits 0, we will finish out that game that we are currently in and then stop for the day. So no matter what happens, the team with the most victories in the time frame will win the day. With that being said, your starting goaltenders for Game 1 will be Ron Hextall for the 95-96 Flyers, and he will be countered at the other end of the ice is with Michel Larocque for the 76-77 Habs. This is going to be a feisty one, folks, as we get set here for a good old-fashioned hockey matchup between the Flyers and the Habs. Without further ado, let's get right into it. Clock operator, please start the clock. And we're going to begin with a visitor scoring chance of a 53. Home player in 3, that's Eric Lindros. He stops a goal, a Montreal goal opportunity, with a quality roll of power or a square. He doesn't have a square, but he does have power, so he's going to stop the... it's a visitor scoring chance. Sorry. That is Jarvis. My fault. I'm sorry. That's Jarvis. My bad. My correction. It is Doug Jarvis. He doesn't have power, but he does have a square. So Jarvis is the one that will be stopping the Philadelphia goal. My fault on that one. And we will move on to the next segment. We got a quality check, this time between players 4 and anybody on the ice for the Flyers. So the lucky contestant for the Habs will be Serge Savard, as he's going to take on somebody with skill. Oh, pick your poison between Haller, Lindros, Howardchuk, and Leclerc. I do want to keep one power play circle out there. So I think we're going to go with, you know what, we'll let the dice roll. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or a 6 is a reroll. So player number 2, that's Dale Howardchuk. He has skill, as both players will flop, and we move on in the here in Game 1 of this time frame. Quality check again, this time between players 5 and 2. For the Habs, that's Bill Nyrop, and for the Flyers, that's Trent Klatt. We're looking for power. Both guys have power, and we will move on to the next segment. Visitor scoring chance of a 52. Home player in 2, that's Jimmy Roberts. He stops a goal, Philly goal opportunity with a quality roll of smart or a square. He does have smart, and he does have a square, so he will stop the Philadelphia goal from scoring. And this is going to be a good old-fashioned Donnybrook hockey fight, folks, as we are through 20 minutes in the books. And as you can see by our score, it is zip, zip all across the scoreboard. we start the second period with a penalty. Anybody between Renberg and anybody on the ice for the Habs. Well, unfortunately, Michael Renberg will be the unlucky contestant going to the penalty box, as he will have the higher penalty rating. So we're going to roll a die and choose between the power play takers. So again, 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. 6 will be a reroll. So player number 2, how fortunate. That's Guy Lafleur. So he's going to be moving in on Ron Hextall, hopefully to make a 2 or 3 with a dot to make the save. He does so. Wow. Ron Hextall stops the Habs from scoring a huge power play goal. And what a good penalty kill save by Ron Hextall. And we move on to the next segment. We got a quality check, this time between anybody on the ice for the Habs and and player number 4, that's Kevin Haller for the Flyers. We're looking for skill. Pick your poison between both guys. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to give the opportunity to. We'll roll the die. Player number 2, that's Mario Tremblay. So both guys will have skill. And we move on in this one. Oh, and a home scoring chance of a 63. Home defense stop, breakaway chance. Visitor goalie must make play save. Yikes. Yes, play save. Yep. So Ron Hextall needs to make a 2 or 3 with a dot to stop it. Oh, and he won't. He will score as the Montreal, the Montreal Canadiens will score the goal as the there we go. As we'll see and determine who scored the goal right now. For third best shot rating, so the best out on the ice is Lamar. The second best is between Lapointe and Robinson. And the third best, I think the third best is going to go to Bob Gainey. So Bob Gainey is going to score the goal, and there will be, and it's going to be unassisted. So an unassisted breakaway on that one, on that goal, and the Habs and the 76-77 Habs lead it 1-0 as we continue on in the 15th minute of the second period. Quality check, this time between players 4 and 5. That's Robinson and Chris Theron, or I think it's Theron. We're looking for skill. It looks like Robinson has skill, as he's going to be moving in on Ron Hextall, who needs to make a 2 or 3 with a dot to make the stop. Otherwise, it's going to be 2-0 Habs. And Ron Hextall makes the save. We move on with a home scoring chance of a 33. Home player in 1, that's Maury Wilson, creates a goal opportunity with a quality roll of star or a triangle. Oh no, Maury Wilson does not have a star, neither does he have a triangle. So I believe that is going to end up being no action. So after 40 minutes in the books, the Habs will take this one into the second intermission before the third period begins by a score of 1-0 after 40 minutes of hockey in the books. We begin the third with a penalty check between player number 1, that's Shutt, and anybody on the ice for Philadelphia. Here's the thing, though. They can tie, but unfortunately, Philly is not going to be able to go on the power play because Steve Shutt has a penalty rating of 0.5, and Dale Hawerchuk The only two that can tie is Desjardins and Dale Howardchuk. Let's have the decider die decide. We tie. And we will tie. So between Howardchuk and Desjardins, who will tie Steve Schutz, which is our picked player here? It's Howardchuk. And it will be Howardchuk. So both guys tied with the same penalty rating of 0.5. And we are going to move on in this one. Quality check between players 2 and 5. That's Roberts and Samuelson. We're looking for star. Neither player has star. So we will move on in this one here with the Habs leading game 1 by a score of 1-0. Another quality check, this time between players 1 and 5. That's Gainey and Theron. We're looking for speed. Both guys have speed, and we will move on to the next segment here in this one. We got a quality check, this time between players 4 and 3. So we got Savard and Eric Lindros. Good luck. We're looking for star. Both guys have star, and we will go to the empty net mini chart, hoping for the Flyers, hopefully, to get on the board to force overtime in game 1. We got a 6, and the game is over. Stop the clock. Oh, my goodness. So, what an action back and forth game this was between the Flyers and the Habs. But unfortunately for the Habs, they will take but unfortunately for the Flyers, they will lose game 1 by a score of 1-0. With that being said, stay tuned for the game 1 Bitty Beer game summary and game 2 coming up right after this. As always, every game summary in this project is brought to you by your favorite Bitty Beer products. If you choose to drink Bitty Beer, please drink responsibly. As always, it has big taste at a bitty price. It's Bitty Beer. And welcome back, everybody, as we get set for game 2 of this time frame matchup between the 95-96 Flyers and the 76-77 Habs. Currently, the 76-77 Habs lead this time frame, winning game 1 by a score of 1-0, and lead this time frame by a 1-0 time frame lead. This is game 2 with 50 minutes and 19 seconds remaining on the clock. Your starting goaltender for Montreal will be Ken Dryden, as he will be opposed by Ron Hextall, as the Philadelphia coach decided him to give Hextall another opportunity here to keep his team in this time frame matchup here. So without further ado, the refs are about to drop the puck at center ice. Let's get to it. Start the clock. And we're going to begin with a quality check between anybody on the ice for the Flyers against player number 2. That's Guy Lafleur for speed. Pick your poison between Leclerc, Klatt, and Desjardins. I think we're going to go with Desjardins. Both guys have speed. As we move on in this one. Penalty check between player number 4 and 5, players 4 and 5. So Kevin Haller and Guy Lapointe are going to be looked at. Oh, it looks like Kevin Haller is going to go to the penalty box. as Guy Lapointe is going to be moving in on Ron Hextall. He needs to make a 2 or 3 with a dot to make the save. And he does. Another key penalty kill save for Ron Hextall. As the Habs power play woes continue here in this one. We got a quality check, this time between players 3 and 2. That's Joel Otto and Mario Tremblay. We're looking for speed. Oh, Tremblay's going to win that one as he has speed as he moves in on Ron Hextall, hopefully to make a 2 or 3 with a dot to make the play save. And he won't. The Montreal Canadiens will be going on the board early in this one, folks, as the Habs take a 1-0 lead over the Philadelphia Flyers in Game 1. Let's see here about this one. Tremblay scores the goal. The assist will be 2 assists. Robinson and Schutt will be your assist takers on the Mario Tremblay goal. And we stick here in the 15th minute. Oh, it's a 3-6-6. And guess what? That is going to be an automatic power play goal for the Flyers as they are on the board 1-1. No save roll needed. So let's see who scored the goal. 7. That is player with the best shot rating. Oh, John LeClaire is going to get the power play goal. And how many assists are going to be handed down on the play? 2 assists. Oh, flip auto, sorry. It will be Desjardins and Dan Quinn. So Leclerc from Desjardins and Quinn will be your goal scoring stat line for the game time power play goal for the Flyers. We got a visitor scoring chance with a 64. Visitor defense stop, breakaway chance. Home goalie must make a play save. So Ron Hextall needs to make a 2 or 3 with a dot to do so. And he will do so. So nobody flips. And we move on to the next segment. Penalty check between Klatt and Lamar. And it looks like both guys have the same penalty rating. And that is going to be it for this segment here in this one. And after one period of play, we have a tie game at 1 apiece. Home scoring chance of a 31. Choice home players rolls for rebound goal using shot stars +2. Oh, pick your poison between Lindros and Reinberg. Well, here's the thing. Lindros would need a 5 or 6 with a dot to score the goal. Reinberg is going to need a 4 or 5 with a dot. Both have the equal opportunity here, so I'm going to let the decider die choose. Dot, it's Lindros. And it will be Reinberg. So a 4 or 5 with a dot will put the Flyers in front. And it will. Lindros will score, or excuse me, not Lindros, sorry. Michael Reinberg will score the goal, and there will be 1 assist given out on the play. Would you know, Eric Lindros will get the assist on the play. And the Flyers lead it 2-1, and we stay here in the 5th minute of the second period. We got a quality check, this time between players 5 and 2. That's Samuelson and Roberts. We're looking for star. Neither player has stars, so with that in mind, we move on to the next segment here in this one. Home scoring chance of a 65. Oh, choice home player scores the goal. So again, we'll let the red die decide here. 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. 6 will be an automatic reroll. Player number 3, that's Joel Otto who scores the goal as the Flyers extend their lead by a score of 3-1. And let's see how many assists will be given out on the goal. 2. I think we're going to go with Dale Howard-Chuck, and we'll go with Holler. So it's Otto from Howard-Chuck and Holler will be your stat line on the 3-1 lead for the Philadelphia Flyers. Visitor scoring chance of a 63. Any home player with a circle prevents a power play goal. You bet your butt we got one. That's Jean Podine will stop the Montreal power play goal to keep this game right where it's at of 3-1 as we move on to the next segment. We got a quality check this time between Klatt and Mahavlich. That's players 2 and 3. We're looking for speed. Oh, Trent Klatt's going to win that one as he moves in on Ken Dryden, who needs to make a 4 or 5 with a dot to make the save. Oh, and Ken Dryden so far in this project here has been spectacular at play saves. Unbelievable as he makes another play save in this one. We move on. Oh, triple fives. This is going to be a fight plus a momentum shot. So the fight breaks out between the players on each team with the highest fight rating. So we got. Oh no! The only players with fight rating are Brindamore, Reinberg, Desjardins, and Terran. If one team only has no player with a fight rating, then no fight. Of course, the Habs don't have a fight rating, so no fight happens. So just a little roughing matchup happens, and the period will come to an end with a score of 3-1 as we move to the third period. We got a quality check, this time between Terran and anybody on the ice for the Habs. We're looking for hits. Terran has hits. Oh, pick your poison. Gainey or Nyrop has hits. I think I do want to keep one square and that circle out there. So I think I'm going to go with right across the room, Bill Nyrop. Both guys have hit. And we will move on here in this third period of Game 2. Home scoring chance of a 45. Any home player with a power play circle star creates a power play goal. Well, guess what? That's going to go to Eric Desjardins. Hopefully I'm saying that right. He does have a power play circle star out there printed on his card, as he's going to be moving in on Ken Dryden, hopefully to make the play save of 4 or 5 with a dot. He does so. A key penalty kill save by Ken Dryden keeps the score right where it's at, and to keep his team in this one down by 2. We got a quality check, this time between players 3 and 4. That's Dan Quinn and Serge Savard. We're looking for skill. Both guys have skill, and we will move on in this one. Oh, and a penalty check, this time between players 5 and 4. That's Samuelson and Larry Robinson. Samuelson is going to go to the box as Larry Robinson will put the Habs on the power play opportunity, as Ron Hextall needs to make this penalty kill save. If he does so, he may be in consideration for one of the 3 stars of the game. as Robinson will shoot. And Ron Hextall makes the save. Stop the clock. Oh my, oh my. Everyone held onto their collective breath here in Philadelphia as the Flyers do end up getting the victory here by a score of 3-1, putting them on the board and tie the time frame up with a 1-1 time frame tie and win game 2 by a score of 3-1. Wow, what a penalty kill save that was by Ron Hextall. Whew, man. Well, once again, hope you enjoyed game 2. If you did, please remember to leave a like on the video. And of course, if you're watching this on the single matchup playlist, please leave a like on the video. But if you're watching in the full-time playlist, same with you. If you like everything that you've seen so far, please leave a like. If you haven't not done so already, click on the subscribe button and turn on that notifications bell so that way you don't miss out on any time frame matchups here on that will be posted here on my channel. Without further ado, let's get right into the Bitty Beer game summary for Game 2, presented by your favorite Bitty Beer products. As always, if you choose to drink Bitty Beer, please drink responsibly. As always, it has big taste. At a bitty price, it's Bitty Beer. And stay tuned for Game 3 coming up right after this. And welcome back, everybody, as we get set for Game 3 of this time frame. As you can see by the score, this time frame series is tied at 1 game apiece between the 76-77 Habs and the 95-96 Flyers. The winner of this game will probably take control of the time frame with a 2-1 advantage. So with that being said, Philadelphia has made a goaltending change in net, as Garth Snow will be your netminder for the Flyers. Ken Dryden will stay in the back of the net for the Habs. Or excuse me, it will mend the pipes for the 76-77 Habs. As we get set for Game 3, why not? Let's get right into it. Start the clock. And right off the bat, we're going to begin with a penalty check between Lafleur and Lindros, as Lindros is going to go to the sin bin, as Guy Lafleur will move in on Garth Snow, as he will be tested early in this one. 1, 2, or 3 will do so. He won't, and it's a power play goal to begin this one. Guy Lafleur will score it. Let's see how many assists. 2 assists. So we're going to give 1 assist to Lapointe and the other assist to Savard. So Guy Lafleur from Guy Lapointe and Serge Savard puts the Canadiens on the board early in this one by a score of 1-0 here in game number 3. Home scoring chance again. We have a 34 home player in 1. That's Bob Gainey. He creates a goal with a quality roll of hit or a triangle. Unfortunately for Gainey, he doesn't have a triangle, but he does have hit. So he's going to be moving in on Snow, who needs to make a 1, 2, or 3 to make the stop. Oh, and he can't. The Habs get on the board. Oh, my gosh. Bob Gainey will score the goal. That's 2 quick goals here in this one. And Philadelphia's like, what the heck is going on? As we'll check on the assists. 2 assists. Robinson and Jarvis will be your assist takers for this one. And Philadelphia is probably going to have to call their own lone timeout here in this one, as they are just getting hit by a screaming buzzsaw coming right at them. Let's see if they can try to hold off here. That's 2 quick goals by the Habs as they quickly lead this one 2-0 in the 5th minute of the first period. Visitor scoring chance of a 25. Choice home player rolls for a goal using assist stars +2. Well, guess what? I am immediately going to give that to Rod Brindamore as they really need some goal scoring opportunities here. So Rod Brindamore, the current Carolina Hurricanes head coach, if he still is by today, has a 2 or 3 with a dot. That is going to move up to a 4 or 5 with a dot to score the goal. It will, and the Flyers do get on the board. Let's see how many assists. 1 assist between Otto and Renberg. It won't be Renberg, so it will be Joel Otto. So Rod Brindamore will score the goal, getting the Flyers on the board, and the assist will go to Joel Otto. And we move on here. That's 3 goals, 3 more, and then automatically the segment will end. 165. That is a visitor scoring chance of a 65. Visitor defense stop. Breakaway chance. Home goalie must make a play save. Oh, excuse me, a spec save. I'm sorry. Home goalie must make a spec save. Ken Dryden needs to score a 1 or a 2 to keep this one from going in the back of the net. And he will do so. Wow, what an eventful first 5 minutes of the game. We move on. Visitor scoring chance of a 33. Choice home players rolls for rebound goal using shot stars +2. Well, John LeClaire or Mikkel Reinberg is going to get the opportunity. Since we gave Reinberg the first opportunity earlier on in this time frame, we're going to give John LeClaire this time. We're going to give it to John LeClaire this time. So he rolls for a rebound goal using his shot stars +2. That's going to be a 5 or a 6 with a dot to score the goal. And it will. Tie game. John LeClaire will score the goal. 1 assist. That is going to go to, I think, Mikkel Renberg will get it. We'll get the assist on that one. As the Flyers, down 2-0, come back to tie things up here in the 10th minute of the first period at 2 apiece. Visitor scoring chance of a 36. Visitor player in 3, that's Jacques Lemar. Excuse me, I'm sorry. Visitor scoring chance. Visitor player in 3, that is actually Bob Corkum. He creates a goal with a quality roll of hit or a triangle. Oh no, Corkum does not have hit and he does not have a triangle, so that's going to do it for the 10th minute of the 10th minute of the first period here at the Forum in Montreal, and your score remains tied up at 2 apiece. We got a quality check, this time between players 2 and 3. That's Tremblay and Lindros. We're looking for skill. Both guys have skill, and we move on in this one. We got a 2-3-4, which is a quality check between players 3 and 4. That's Lamar and Kevin Haller. We're looking for smart. Haller does not have smart, but Jacques Lamar does. So he's going to be moving in on Gart Snow, who needs to make a 1, 2, or 3 to make the stop. He can't. Oh my gosh. Jacques Lamar will score the 5th goal of the period and put the Habs in front by a score of 3-2. Let's see how many assists are going to be given out on the play. 10 assists. Or excuse me, not 10 assists. What am I saying? 2 assists. So Savard and I think I'm going to give it to Savard and Wilson. So Jacques Lamar scores the goal from Serge Savard and Maury Wilson. And we continue on in this one. Visitor scoring chance of a 53. It reads, home player in 3, that's Doug Riesborough, who was just entered in as a substitute for Game 3. Resting was, I think it was Pete Mahovlich. So home player in 3, that's Riesborough. He stops a flyer goal opportunity with a quality roll of skill or a square. Oh no, Doug Riesborough does not have a square, and he does not have skills. So guess what? The Flyers just tied things up at 3 apiece. As the let's see who scored the goal for the Flyers. 6. Player with the best shot rating. That's a tie between Podine, Howardchuk, and Otto. So here's what we're gonna do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 5, that's Joel Otto who scored the goal. And how many assists will be handed out on the play? 1 assist. How about it? Dale Howardchuk will get the assist on the Joel Otto goal, as this game literally is going back and forth here. So we move on to the next one. Visitor scoring chance of a 21. Home goalie must make shot save. Oh, Ken Dryden needs to make a 2 or 3 with a dot to do so. And he will. So that's going to do it for an eventful first period. 6 goals were scored in this period, 3 each, as we are tied at 3 apiece going in to the second period. Quality check, this time between players 3 and anybody on the ice for the Flyers. We're looking for power. Pick your poison between Podine, Druce, and Corkum. I think I do want to keep the face-off rating out there. So it's going to be down between Druce and Podine. I do want to keep the circle out there, so it's going to be Druce. Both guys have power between Riesborough and John Druce. And we move on to this one. Or excuse me, move on to the next segment here in this one. Quality check, this time between players 4 and 2. That's Robinson and Renberg for speed. Both guys have speed, and we move on in this one. After an eventful first period, I don't want to jinx it, but I really don't want to jinx it. I'm not going to say it. I really am not going to say it. Let's see and find out. Penalty check between players 4 and 5. That's Savard and Terran. Oh, Chris Terran will be going to the penalty box with a penalty rating of 1. So Serge Savard is going to be moving in on Gart Snow. 1, 2, or 3 to stop it. Oh, and he can't. Savard will score the power play goal for the Habs. Let's see how many assists. 1 assist will be given out on the play. Steve Shutt will be the lone assist taker here on the Serge Savard goal here in this one. See, if I would have kept my mouth shut, the game would have still remained tied. But no, I had to blabber out my mouth. So, yeah, go ahead in the comments. Yeah, I jinxed it, but whatever. Anyway, quality check between players 5 and 6. That's Nyrop and anybody on the ice with speed. Podine, Corkum, Holler, or Terran needs to flop. So it's either Podine, Corkum, or Holler. I do want to keep at least 1 circle out there, and I do want to keep at least 1 square out there. So we're going to give it to Bob Corkum. We're looking for speed. Both guys have speed, and we move on to the next segment in this one. We got a quality check, this time between players 3 and 1. That's Jarvis and Podine for power. Oh, Sean Podine has power as he moves in on Ken Dryden, hopefully to make a play save with a 4 or 5 with a die. Oh, and a 5 with a blank won't do so. He will score. Podine will score the game-tying goal for the Flyers. And let's see how many assists. 2. Lindros and Howardchuk will get the assist on the Jean Podine goal, on the Jean Podine game-tying goal here in game number 3 of this time frame. Oh, we got another quality check between uh, the same players, but this time it's with Lamar and Brindamore. We're looking for power. Oh, Rod Brindamore has power. This could be the Flyers' chance to take the lead. A 1-2-3 or 1-2-3-4 or 5 with a dot will do so. Will make the save. Won't, and the Flyers take the lead. Wow, down by 2-0 to keep tying the game, to take the lead 5-4. Rod Brindamore scores the goal, and the Flyer fans here at the Forum are happy. Let's see how many assists. 2, Otto, and Otto and Peter Sabota. I don't want to get a little tongue twisted here. So Brindamore from Otto and Sabota will be your goal scoring stat line presented by Biddy Beer. We got a quality check between anybody on the ice for the Habs and player number 1. That's John LeClaire. We're looking for smart. Oh, pick your poison except for Reesboro. Ooh, either way, John LeClaire's not going to win that one. So they could either tie or Montreal can take it. We tie. Oh, and Montreal is going to take it. So I think we're going to give the chance to Bob Gainey as he has most of all the qualities. So does Larry Robinson, but I do want to keep at least one or two squares out there. At least 1 or 2 more squares out there. So Bob Gainey's going to take it as he moves in on Snow, hopefully to make a play save. A 1, 2, or 3 will do so. And Guard Snow makes the stop. Wow. To keep the Flyers in this one. So that will do it for the second period here. I know this game is really long, and it's really taken a little bit longer than expected. So we move to the third period with the score: Flyers 5, Habs 4. Penalty check between players 1 and 6. Wilson and anybody on the ice for the Flyers. Well, at this point, literally, I think the Flyers want to tie to keep the lead. They tie, and they will tie. So it's either Drews, Corkum. It's either Drews or Corkum. It's Drews. And it will be Drews. Wilson and Drews both had the same penalty rating of 0.5. And we move on in this one. We got a quality check, this time between players 3 and anybody on the ice for the Flyers with speed, hit, and power. We are definitely going to match that with Mikkel Reinberg for hit. Oh, wait a second. Yes, we'll match it. Match closely to the number of qualities. But however, Reesboro does have hit as he moves in on Guard Snow as he looks to make a play save here. 1, 2, or 3 will do so. Oh, and he can, and the game is tied. Doug Reesboro will score the goal Let's see how many assists. 2. Robinson and I think we'll go with Robinson and Shutt are your assist takers on that one. So Reesborough from Robinson and Steve Shutt are your goal scoring stat line presented by Biddy Beer. And the fans at the forum are rise to their feet here as the game is tied. This has been by far the game of the project so far. Visitor scoring chance of a 65. Oh, visitor defense stop breakaway chance. Home goalie must make a spec save. This is the Flyers' chance to do so. With a 1 or 2, we'll save it. Can't, and the Flyers will take the lead. Let's see who scored the goal. 5. That's choice players. So again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is a reroll. Player number 1. That's Jean Podine. And how many assists? 2 assists. Howardchuk, and I think we'll give it to Corkum. So Podine from Howardchuk and Bob Corkum as the Flyers take back the lead 6-5. Man, oh man, what a back and forth game 3 this is. This has been here in this one. Penalty check between players 3 and 2. That's Jarvis and Druce. Druce is going to go to the sin bin as he has a penalty rating of 0.5. Jarvis has a penalty rating of 0. So we move. So Jarvis is going to move in on Snow. 1, 2, or 3 to stop it. He does. Game of the project so far in this one. Holy cow. And we move on in this one. We got a quality check, this time between players 5 and 1. That's Lapointe and Rod Brindamore. We're looking for skill. Both guys have skill. And my goodness, ladies and gentlemen, this game, the game of the project so far, is almost over. It is a 5-6, a 6-5 lead for the Flyers as we move to the final segment before going to the empty net mini chart. Visitor scoring chance. If the Flyers score here, the chances of going to the empty net mini chart will be will be a little bit less here, but let's see and find out with a 16. Home goalie must make shot save. Ken Dryden needs to make a 2 or 3 with a dot to make the stop. He does so. Nobody changes, and we will go to the empty net mini chart. 4, and ladies and gentlemen, stop the clock. The game is over. Wow, what a game that was. Whew. From the first period on, the Flyers did not quit. And from the first period on, when it all hope seemed lost for the Flyers, they take their lone timeout to get the Flyers back into this one. Oh man, what a game, what a game, what a game. The final score here in game 3, the 95-96 Flyers take a 2-1 time frame lead by a final score of 6-5. Stay tuned for the Biddy Beer game summary for game 3, and stay tuned for game 4 coming up right afterwards. As always, every game summary is presented by your favorite Biddy Beer products. If you choose to drink Biddy Beer, please drink responsibly. As always, it has big taste. At a Biddy price, it's Biddy Beer. And welcome back, everybody. Woo, after a wild, and I mean wild back and forth matchup between the Flyers and the Habs, as the Flyers take down the Habs by a final score of 6-5 last game to take a 2-1 time frame advantage lead. We are back in Philadelphia for Game 4 of this time frame with 19 minutes and 7 seconds left on the clock. Oh man. I hope you guys are ready for the remainder of this one because I sure am. Ron Hextall's back in net for the Flyers. Michel Larocque returns after sitting out a game as the Habs look to tie the time frame up at 2 games apiece. But if the Philadelphia Flyers win, this will probably guarantee Team NHL I believe their second. Yes, it'll guarantee them their second time frame win of this project. With that being said, let's get right into Game 4. Start the clock. We start things off with a quality check, this time between players 5 and 3. That's Terrien and Lamar. We're looking for skill. Oh, Jacques Lamar is going to win that one, as he does have skill. As he moves in on Ron Hextall, hopefully to make the play save of 2 or 3 with a dot to do so. Won't, and the Habs get on the board early, 1-0. It's becoming deja vu all over again. Let's see who got the assist on that goal. 2. So it will be Savard and Roberts. Yeah, Lamar from Savard and Roberts. We move on in the 5th minute with a quality check, this time between players 3 and 5, Lindros and Nairop for star. Oh, Lindros has stars, so we move on. So he's going to move on into Michel Larocque, hopefully to make the play save. 4 or 5 with a dot will do so. 0-5 with a blank won't do it, as Lindros will score the goal. Let's see who assisted him on the play. 2. Leclerc and Renberg will assist Eric Lindros on that goal, on that game-tying goal to tie things up here at 1 apiece. We got a penalty check between players 5 and 2. Nairop needs to swap here. So 5 and 2, that is, Terran was used on the last, a couple segments ago. So it will be Peters, Svoboda, and Guy Lafleur. It looks like Svoboda is going to go to the box, as Lafleur will move in on Ron Hextall, hopefully to make the save. 1, 2, or 3 with a dot to do so. Won't, and the Habs take the lead off of a power play goal by Guy Lafleur. And how many assists are going to be handed out? 2. Robinson and Lapointe. So how about it? Both defensemen will assist Guy Lafleur on the goal to give the Habs a 2-1 lead here in this one. 3 down, 3 more to go. 3 more to go here until we end the segment automatically. Not a penalty check. Quality check between Svoboda needs to flip, excuse me. 4 and 5, which is Haller and Nairop. We're looking for speed. Both guys with speed, and that's going to do it for the first period. And that's going to do it for this first 5 minutes of this game here in this one. Penalty check between players 3 and 1. That's Otto and Gainey. Oh, Joel Otto is going to go to the box as Bob Gainey will move in on Ron Hextall, hopefully to make the play save, as Hextall is going to hopefully stop this goal from getting past him to keep this game at 2-1. Gainey moves in as he shoots, and Hextall makes the save. So a good key penalty kill save there as we move on to the next segment. Visitor scoring chance of a 64. Defense stop on the visiting side. Breakaway chance. Home goalie must make a play save. Ron Hextall again needs to come through again. 2 or 3 with a dot will do so, which he will. Nobody flips here, and we move on. Quality check this time between players between 4 and 3. It's Desjardins and Riesborough. We're looking for hits. Oh, Riesborough is going to win that one as he does have hits. So he's going to be moving in on Ron Hextall. 2 or 3 with a dot will do so. He does. Wow, what a save to keep for Ron Hextall to keep his team in this one down by a goal. And I believe, yes, that's it for the first period. So we move on to the second with a visitor scoring chance of a 64. Oh no, defense stop, breakaway chance. Home goalie must make play save. Okay, Ron Hextall again needs to come through here. 1, 2, or 3 with a dot to do so. Oh, and he won't, and the Habs will extend their lead by a score of 3-1. Let's see who scored the goal. 6. Player with the best shot rating. That is going to be. I think we're going to give it to Lapointe. And 1 assist will be handed out on the play. How about it? The 2 defensemen, Lapointe and Savard, from. How about it? Lapointe from the point. So we move on here in this one. Penalty check between player 2 and anybody on the ice for the Habs. I think they're probably going to go on the power play here. So we'll give the penalty to Tremblay as Howard Chuck is going to be moving in on LaRock, hopefully to make the play save. 4 or 5 with a dot to do so. 5 and a blank won't do it. It's a power play goal. Let's see who scored. Let's see who Howard Chuck will score the power play goal. 1 assist will be handed out on the play. We'll give it to. I think we'll give it to Jean Podine. So Howard Chuck from Podine will score your power play goal opportunity for the Flyers. We move on here. That's 2 goals down, 4 to go. Penalty check between both players in 1. That is Ron Brindamore and Maury Wilson. Oh, Brindamore is going to go to the box as he has a penalty rating of 1.5. Wilson is going to move in on Hextall, who needs to make a play save. 2 or 3 with it out to do so. Can't, and the Habs extend their lead by 2. It's a power play goal scored by Wilson, and he will be assisted by Larry Robinson. The back-to-back power play goals for both of these teams here. In this one, the score is 4-2. We have 3 down, 3 to go before the segment automatically ends. Oh my goodness, a penalty check between Leclerc and Nyrop. Oh, John Leclerc is going to have to go to the box. As Bill Nyrop is going to move in on Ron Hextall to see if he can try to keep off this power play goal. 3 with a blank won't do so. That is the 4th goal scored in this segment. 2 more 2 more goals to go until this segment automatically ends. And Nyrop will score the goal. And how many assists will be handed out on the play? 1. Steve Shutt will hand out the assist. Will assist Nyrop on the goal. And we move on. We are down to 2 more goals in this minute here, in the 5th minute here, as we move on. Oh, come on, please. Quality check of between 4 and 3. Haller and Jarvis, we're looking for Smart. Oh, Jarvis has Smart. He moves in on Hextall, 2 or 3 with a dot to end it, which he will. Wow. Woo. So that's going to do it for the 5th minute of the second period. An eventful 5th minute of this second period as we move on in this one. Home scoring chance of a 34. Home player in 2, that's John Druce. He creates a goal with a quality roll of skill or a triangle. Even though Druce does not have a triangle, he does have skill, so he's going to be moving in on Michel Larocque, hopefully to make a play save, 4 or 5 with a dot to do so, which he will. And we move on in this one. We got a quality check between anybody on the ice for the Flyers and player number 2, that's Jimmy Roberts, for power. How about we match right across from him with Mikkel Renberg with power. Both guys have power, and we move on to the next segment here in this one. Oh, and triple ones. That's going to automatically end the period as an injury to a home player. So again, we'll re-roll the die. 6 will be an injury to the goalie. Oh, and that's John LeClaire who's going to be injured here. So John LeClaire is going to be injured here. And again, with injuries, as mentioned, the Flyers will play a man down for the rest of this one. So after 40 minutes of play in the books, your score is the Habs 5 and the Flyers 2. Let's get to it for the third period. We got a quality check, this time between players 4 and 2. That's Lafleur and Desjardins. We're looking for power. Oh, Eric Desjardins wins that one as he has power, as he moves in on Michel Larocque, hopefully to make the play save. 4 or 5 with a dot to do so. Oh, and he does, to keep this game right where it's at, of 5-2. The Habs want to force a winner-take-all game in the next time frame in game here. Let's move on to see how many minutes and seconds will be left if they do so. Quality check between Terran and Savard for Smart. Both guys have Smart, and we move on in this one. Quality check, this time between 3 and 5. That's Corkum and Lapointe for speed. Corkum is going to win that one, as he does have speed, as he moves in on Michel Larocque, hopefully to make the play save, which he will shoot. And a 5 with a dot will do so. Corkum will be denied a goal here by 3 and 5. Yep, by Michel Larocque here late in this one. Home scoring chance of a 16. Visitor goalie must make shot saves, so 1 or 2 will do so. A 3 to a 6 won't. And it will stop the clock. Oh, man, oh, man, oh, man. So with 5 minutes and 55 seconds left on the clock, there will be a winner-take-all game, game 5 of this time frame. Oh, man, oh, man, oh, man. So again, the final score, the Habs will force game 5. to force a winner-take-all game, the first of this project, as both teams win 2 games in this time frame. So again, when the clock hits 0 in the next game, we will finish out that game and we will stop for the day. Once again, your final score for game 4, the 76-77 Habs 5 and the 95-96 Flyers 2. Stay tuned for the Bitty Beer game summary coming up next, presented by your favorite Bitty Beer products. If you choose to drink Bitty Beer, please drink responsibly. As always, it has big taste at a bitty price. It's Bitty Beer. And welcome back, everybody, as we get set for Game 5 of this time frame, as this will be indeed a winner-take-all game, as you can tell by the time frame series record, as both teams each won 2 games in this time frame. And with that being said, the winner of this game will take the time frame. And with 5 minutes and 55 seconds left, that will be the case. And again, once the clock hits 0, we will finish out the rest of this game, and then we will stop for the day. So with that being said, your goaltending matchup will be Ron Hextall for the Flyers and Ken Dryden for the Habs. Without further ado, let's get right into it with 5 minutes and 55 seconds left. Will the clock operator please start the clock? And we're going to begin with a quality check, this time between players 4 and anybody on the ice for the Flyers with Star. You know what? To tie, we got all the qualities. We're going to match up with that. Eric Lindros, both guys both guys have Star. And we move on in this one. Penalty check between players 5 and 1. That's Nyrop and Podine. Oh, Jean Podine is going to go to the penalty box with a penalty rating of 1. So Bill Nyrop is going to be moving in on Ron Hextall, hopefully to make the play save. 2 or 3 with a dot will do so. And it will. Ron Hextall with another key penalty kill save here to keep his team in this one. And we move on. Visitor scoring chance of a 21. Home goalie must make shot save. So Ken Dryden has a 2 or 3 with a dot in order to make the shot save. So a 4 or 6, 4 to a 6 will do so. And it will. The Flyers will get on the board early. Let's see who scored the goal. 7. Player with the best shot rating. That is Rod Brindamore. As Brindamore will Rod Brindamore will score the goal, and 2 assists will be handed out on the play. So it'll be Dale Howardchuk and Joel Otto will be your assist takers on the Rod Brindamore goal. And the Flyers lead 1-0 here in Game 5, with the winner of this game winning the time frame. Penalty check between anybody on the ice for the Habs against player number 4. Either way, Kevin Haller is going to go to the box. So we're going to roll a die. 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5 to see who takes the power play opportunity. Player number 1, that's Bob Gainey. So Bob Gainey is going to be moving in on Ron Hextall, hopefully to make the 2 or 3 with a dot to do so. He does. He keeps this game right where it's at of 1-0. As it was player number 4, that's Kevin Haller. I almost moved player 5. Yikes. And we move on in this one. We got a quality check between player number 4, player number 2, that is Mario Tremblay, and anybody on the ice for the Flyers with hit. The only guy with hit is Peter Sabota. So both guys have hit as we move on to the next segment in this one. We start the second period with a quality check, this time between players 2 and anybody on the ice for the Flyers with the qualities of skill. So Jimmy Roberts is the lucky contestant here. So pick your poison between Desjardins, Druce, or Romaniuk. I think we're going to go with Russell Romaniuk, as both guys have skill. And we move on to the next segment. Oh, a home scoring chance of a 55. Any visitor player with a square stops a home goal. Guess what? Chris Terran, or Thyron will stop the Montreal goal, as he does have a square, and we will move on to the next segment in this one. Quality check between players 3 and 4. We got Lamar and Desjardins for Smart. Lamar will win that one as he has Smart, so he's going to be moving in on Ron Hextall, hopefully to make the 2 or 3 with a dot to make the save, which he won't, and Jacques Lamar will score to tie things up at 1 apiece. Let's see who assisted Lamar on the goal. It's an 8. Player with the best. Oh, excuse me. No, I'm sorry. 8 is 2 assists. Guy Lafleur will get 1, and Guy. Yes, Guy Lapointe will get the other assist. We got a quality check between players 4 and anybody on the ice for the Flyers. We're looking for skill. I think we're going to go with Desjardins. Both guys with skill. And we move on to the next segment here in this one. Visitor scoring chance of a 65. Visitor defense stop, breakaway chance. Home goalie must make a spec save. Come on, Philly, you guys can do this. 1 or 2 will save it. 3 to a 6 will not. Oh, and Ken Dryden makes the save. Nobody flips, and we move on to the third period. Oh, and triple fives. This is going to be a fight and a momentum shot. So it looks like, we got some contenders. We have the player who wins. I think it's just one fight. Yeah. So we're going to go with the highest guys with the highest fight rating. So Briseborough and Tremblay. So one of these two is going to fight. It's going to be Tremblay. And it will be Doug Briseborough against Podine, Holler, or Savoda. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 will be Briseborough's opponent. So Peter Savoda will be the fight. So we got a fight breaking out between Briseborough and Savoda. The crowd goes nuts here at the forum. Let's see and resolve this fight here. 5, Home lands a punch. So 1 Montreal, 2 Montreal. Highest fight player lands a punch. That's 3 punches to Montreal. Another punch to Montreal. That's 4. Reesboro is probably going to win this one because it's 5-0 now. Oh my gosh! Again, Reesboro again. It's 6-0. 6-1. 6-2. 7-2. Oh, and the referee will step in. So that's going to do it. So Reesboro is going to win the fight and get an immediate 6-star shot. This segment versus the goalie's spec save rating. So it's a 2 or 3 with a dot for Doug Reesboro. Reesboro will win the fight, his first fight of the time frame, as Reesboro moves in on Hextall with a 2 or 3 with a dot to make the save. And he won't. He scores, and the Habs take the lead. Reesboro with the goal. Let's see who will take. Let's see who will take the assists on this one. 3 unassisted. Reesboro wins the fight and gets the goal. Wow, that was my first fight resolved in this project. The Habs lead 2-1, and we move on here with a quality check between anybody on the ice for the Habs and player number 1. That's Jean Podine for hits. Podine's not going to win this one. So it's either Tremblay, Robinson, or Nyrop. We'll roll the dice. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it'll be Tremblay. He wins the hit quality battle with Podine as he moves in on Hextall, who needs to make a 2 or 3 with a dot to do so to make the save. Can't, and the Habs will score 3-1. Mario Tremblay scores the goal. 2 assists will be handed out on the play. Robinson and I think Robinson and Jarvis. I think we'll do that. Tremblay from Robinson and Jarvis. So we move on here. That's 2 goals down. 4 more to go. Visitor scoring chance of a 32. Choice visitor player rolls for a rebound goal using shot stars +2. Well, definitely I'm going to get that one to... Ooh, okay. So either Podine or Druce is going to get it. Dot, it's Podine. And it will be Podine. So using shot stars +2, so 2 or 3 with a dot, will score the goal for the Flyers. And it will. Jean Podine with the goal, as it's now 3-2, as Podine will score the goal, and it will be 2 assists. I think we're going to give it to Corkum and Druce. So Podine from Corkum and Druce will be your assist takers on the Podine goal. And we have 3 goals scored in this 5th minute of the segment, and 5th minute of the 3rd period. 3 down, 3 to go before the segment automatically ends. Oh, and triple fours. Oh my gosh, we got another fight breaking out. But guess what? There's no fight rating on the Habs, so that is going to do it. A little roughing matchup, no fight happens, and we move on. Home scoring chance of a 21. Visitor goalie must make shot save. Ron Hextall needs to make a 5. Needs to make a 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5 to do so. 6 won't do it. He will. Nobody will flip, and we move on. We got a quality check, this time between players on the ice for the any player on the ice for the Habs against Rod Brindamore. And we're looking for speed. Ooh, tying looks like we got to pick our poison between Wilson, Lamar, or Nyrop, as all three of them have speed. Here's what we'll do: we'll let the decider die say it. Dot, we tie, and we're gonna give Billy the opportunity here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. 6 is a reroll. Serge Savard. So Ron Brindamore is going to win the battle for speed as he moves in on Ken Dryden. He needs to make a 4 or 5 with a dot to make the save, which he will. And folks, we are counting down the time here in game number 5. Quality check between both players in 4. That's Haller and Robinson for Smart. Robinson has Smart as he moves in on Hextall, hopefully to make the play save. A 2 or 3 with a dot will do so. He will do so, and we go to the empty net mini chart in this one to decide either we're going to overtime or if the game is over. 5, the game is over. Stop the clock. My, oh my, what a series we just witnessed between these two teams. But the 76-77 Montreal Canadiens will take this time frame by winning game 5 by a final score of 3-2 and take the time frame winning 3 games to 2. No shame in the Philadelphia Flyers. They took the Habs to their limits here in this one, but eventually the Habs just they just got the Habs just caught up to the Flyers, and they now advance in the time frame by a time frame record of 6 wins, only 1 loss, and 1 tie. So with that being said, stay tuned for the Biddy Bear game summary for Game 5, plus the Biddy Bear time frame summary coming up right afterwards. And also, stay tuned for our next wheel spin to figure out who will take on the 1976-77 Montreal Canadiens coming up in the next time frame. But for now, if you enjoyed today's matchup, do me a favor, leave a like on the video. If you have not done so already, please subscribe. Please make sure you're subscribed to the channel so that way you don't miss out on any of the newest time frames, the newest time frame matchups that I will post here on the channel. And once again, your final score for Game 5. The Montreal Canadiens of 1976-77 beat the 1995-96 Philadelphia Flyers by a final score of 3-2 to win the time frame, winning 3 games to 2. Thank you so much for tuning in to today's time frame matchup between the 1976-77 Montreal Canadiens and the 1995-96 Philadelphia Flyers. We look forward to bringing you future timeframe matchups throughout the 2024-25 National Hockey League's regular season whenever games are being played. Once again, it's that time of day again where we figure out to see who plays the 1976-77 Montreal Canadiens next in this Gauntlet Challenge. Without further ado, please direct your attention to the Bitty Beer Team Selector Wheel presented by your favorite Bitty Beer products, and we will spin to see who will play the 1976-77 Habs next. As always, the wheel is sponsored by your favorite Bitty Beer products. If you choose to drink Bitty Beer, please drink responsibly. Big taste, Bitty price, Bitty Beer. Hello, Dallas. The 2022-23 Dallas Stars will be your next opponent, Montreal. Will be your next opponent for the 1976-77 Montreal Canadiens Gauntlet Challenge. We might get a classic, but let's figure out between the Stars and the Habs who's going to start the time frame as the home team. Please direct your attention to the Doc Cola home team selector wheel. As always, it's presented by Doc Cola, the official cola drink of the Play Games community, and of course, of the 1976-77 Montreal Canadiens Gauntlet Challenge. And it looks like the 1976-77 Habs will begin the time frame as the home team. So with that being said, once again, thank you for tuning in to today's action for between the 1976-77 Montreal Canadiens and the 1995-96 Philadelphia Flyers. If you liked what you saw in today's video, please consider subscribing to the channel and turning on that notifications bell so that way you don't miss on any new time frame matchups that's coming your way throughout the 2024-25 National Hockey League's regular season. Also, if you would like to, leave a comment down below in this video to say how good I did, or if I can change anything, or if I butcher any names. If I do apologize. Hopefully I can get the correct name for the next time that it pops up. And with that being said, hope you guys enjoyed today's video. And as always, have a great rest of your day.